Hi YouTube, my name's Nick, and this is probably going to be like my first video that I'll ever upload, or that I plan to upload. Not sure if I will. Um, I just know that right now I feel uh, obligated in a way to make a video about the Amanda Todd um, suicide. Uh, I see a lot of the rants out there right now because I do watch YouTube quite a bit. Um, but I just want to try to maybe provide a new perspective on her suicide. Uh, Here goes. When I first saw basically all these posts on Facebook and liking of her page, her Rest in Paradise or Rest in Peace page, um, I didn't know what it was, so I Googled it, and the first link that came up was a link from the Huffington Post, and they talked about cyberbullying, basically, and how sad this is and whatnot. And then they had like a link to her video, her original video, I guess, which she put on YouTube, where she had cue cards and she would flip through them. So I watched that, and I learned her story, and a couple things stuck out to me personally. I find it absolutely morbid that this poor girl was harassed and emotionally tortured, so much so that she felt she needed a way out of it. Um, Now I've never been suicidal. I haven't known anyone who's committed suicide. I hear stories all the time about people who commit suicide, um, but I have been depressed before, and it's off and on, and it just happens. Uh, I'm willing to admit that, and I know at least a little bit, a part of her depression, um, which can also be attributed to part of her age too, because at 15, I think she's 15. She's going through a lot, body changes and whatnot, and lots of hormones, and I remember when I was 15, I just struggled to be accepted because I was weird. Still am a little weird. And for her to be so rejected at that age, um, from early on, so harshly rejected by people, definitely left its imprint on her quite in a very big way. Um, I remember at the end of her cue card video, she said something about wanting just to have someone. Um, and when I watched that part, I felt guilty in a way because if I had seen this video, I would have not taken a second more, and I would have just responded to her. Or I would have found a way to get in contact with her and know that she could talk to me. I'm a stranger, obviously, to her. I never knew her. Just want to put that out there. That's kind of obvious. Um, and I would have reached out if I had known about this earlier. Obviously, I'm not scouring the internet for, hey, who's depressed videos, because that's obviously depressing. But to know that no one was there for her um, makes me think, wow, I can't imagine not having someone there for me. I have some friends, but I'm not like the most popular person ever. I'm not, and nor do I want to be. But I do have really close friends that I always can rely on to be there for me. And honestly, if I didn't have those friends, I definitely would have stooped to lower places than I have with my depression that I've had or that I do have. Because like I said, it's on and off. Um, but I have to acknowledge though that half of this is her fault, and the other half is, I don't want to say society's fault because you're targeting everyone there. Not everyone knew about this. Like I just said, I don't go scouring the internet for videos on people who are depressed, or those cue card videos. In fact, those make me kind of sad. So I want to say that the other half is purely the fault of the minds and hearts of these other kids that bullied her and whatnot. And whoever this asshole person was that started setting this photo out, I don't know what propels a person to go so far against someone else. I mean, this poor person was hurt and was alone, sat alone, had no friends, and people beat on her uh, physically, and then when she got home, they beat on her emotionally. I mean, this poor chick was completely derailed emotionally. Uh, I can't, I could never, and I have been in some very low situations in my life. I can never ever imagine myself even pondering suicide as a method of, or a way out, because I never have been in that much pain. To know she was in that much pain, or she tried it once by drinking bleach, but then succeeded. Wow, I mean, she was in so much pain. No one was there for her. It's it surprised me because we have this system. We have the internet. We have social media. It's supposed to connect us all together, but it seems like it's a platform to help people just break apart, to put the spotlight on an individual who is different than yourself, and judge them and punish them based on your own moral code, whatever that may be. I mean, these people that judged her beat the crap out of her, so what does it really say about them in the first place? But like back to the first point when I said it is kind of her fault. It is. I mean, she flashed a personal webcam. I don't care how flattering they were being. I mean, you shouldn't do that anyway, ever. You should never give nude photos of yourself to anyone, because that's just common sense. Unless you're a porn actress, I suppose that's your job. But I'm just saying, if you're underage especially, do not give your photos out of yourself to anyone, especially someone you don't know over a webcam. I mean, look what this cost. It was a tiny snowball that just kept on going down the mountain and gaining momentum until this happened. Half of this is her fault, but the other half, like I said, is on the hearts and minds of these horrible people. She did say she was texting a guy after she'd moved schools, I think like the second or third time, and this guy seemed to like her, and he said that like his girlfriend was away on break or whatever, so they hooked up, and he used her for sex, which I also have to say is yeah, it's partly her fault. I mean, the first time the guy only wanted one thing, and the second time nothing changed except that it was in person this time. I feel like that's partly her fault too. But then what happened afterwards with this guy's girlfriend and her friends beating her, you know, well, I mean, how horrible of a person do you really have to be? And this is not me judging. This is me stating these people who did this, who beat and hurt her, were horrible people. That's not even up to contest. There's nothing you can say to me that would ever make me feel like those people are not bad people. This girl's in a low spot. She sat alone. She was alone. She never went out because she claimed she had anxiety and anxiousness to do that. And these people beat on her for something that's not 100% her fault. This other guy who was involved, and I'm talking about the guy who she hooked up with, that's partly his fault too. And you know, you didn't see a whole bunch of people getting together to beat him up. I just feel like as a society where we are really connected, and I mean we really are. I mean, if I want to talk to someone in another country, it's as easy as a click. Let's just be there for each other. I mean, this world is so awesome in a way, but it can have negative effects on people who are left out of that. I just want this video's purpose, which is not to ask people's opinions or have people talk about this in the comments or whatever. And it's not for me to get big on YouTube. It's just be nice to everyone you can. You know, you don't know what that person's been through that day. I mean, you really don't. I mean, I'm sure we've all seen those Facebook like statuses that are like, you know, oh, that girl that you just called a whore or whatever. Oh, she's, you know, she cries every night because of this or that. Like you see those posts that, yeah, and part of it is true, though they are annoying posts. Though we really don't know what other people are going through, and you know that one little thing could just be the spark and ignite and explode. And just do what you can to pay it forward for other people. Be as nice as you can. granted, we all have a level of patience with people that differs in range, but be as nice as you can, because we really truly don't know what's going on with everyone. I mean, the part of social media that confuses me is that, yeah, it brings us all together, but it really just brings us apart too. There's parts of us that we leave behind, that we don't put on our walls and that we don't post or tweet about. And those parts, I guess, become more sacred in the fact that we don't do that. Maybe that person that you see walking along the street is having a shitty day. Just reach out. That's what I just want this post to be about. It's not about cyberbullying. We all know it's wrong. We all know physical brutality is wrong as well. Just reach out, because you really don't know what someone's going through. And they could be going through a horrible time. Because I've been there, and I've been in a horrible time, and I've had people make even a small remark that on a good day it wouldn't affect me, but on a bad day it I'm a guy, but I'm not afraid to admit that I've cried over people's statements about me behind my back or to my face. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there. I'm gonna end the video now because obviously I've gone like on a long time about this little rant. But just be nice to people. We don't know what we don't know what they're going through, and that's the message of this video. Hopefully it gets through to you. Thank you if you watched it all. I mean, hey, kudos to you. You made it through like basically 12 minutes of me talking. Thanks, I guess, for watching the video if you do. And yeah.